We're going to talk about your new album, A Better World, which is out today. But that song, we just went out onto the street yesterday and vox popped a few people. And they could all sing it, they could all sing a little phrase from it, not necessarily in tune. But it still resonates with so many people, doesn't it?
It does. It's extraordinary. It's a massive song in America, and recently it was on the James Corden Late Late Show and America's Got Talent, and people actually heard the beginning and they recognised it straight away. It's huge in Russia, and also, I mean, it's going to outlive me, which is quite something. I think most songwriters would give their right arm for coming up with a track. And the interesting thing about it, if you don't like that song, you don't like anything I've done, okay? So you don't go any further. Although there's 300 songs written and recorded. But it's just a ballad, you know, and for me, I love to do the rock songs, and you know, with my band, we often play football stadiums and stuff, and you don't get away with singing songs like that, but it just seems to have hit a chord.
Does it haunt you a little bit, though, Chris, at the same time? Because like you say, I think you had a number of albums out before it came out. You've written 300 songs, and yet one song, which has had such a huge impact and resonates, is always brought up. Is there a little bit of you kind of goes, you know what, I quite like that?
Well, you know, I've had stuff like Don't Pay the Ferryman and High and Emotion, Real Rockers, you know, and Spanish Train and Patricia the Stripper.
Spaceman came travelling.
And Spaceman, oh yeah, Spaceman, he returns every Christmas. No, I have to say, Lady in Red has been really good for me, and it's a calling card, so, you know.
And I think everybody wants to be the Lady in Red. Russell, who works in our green room, has gone the extra mile this morning, hoping he is your Lady in Red. It may be the moment when the popularity of that song dies. I can't do it up. But I think there's something
romantic. That's for next Eurovision, Russell, when you go out for us.
It's why Lady Di loved it and all of that. But the new album, I've listened to it, and it feels like, because you do so much travelling and so much touring, as though you've kind of been inspired by all the different places you visited.
Well, I'm very lucky. I travel a huge amount, and as you say, on this album, for example, there's a song called Shipboard Romance, which takes you from Cape Town to Cairo. Yeah. And then there's Homeland, which actually looks at the refugee crisis in Syria. And there's Bethlehem, a place I went to last year. And I sang in the Church of the Nativity. And this is not about Christmas. It's about all sorts of other things, mythology and so on. Yeah, it's a big collection, and actually one of my favourites is called The Soldier, about an elderly gentleman who passes away, and he's found with all his medals beside him and a letter in his hand saying, basically, please don't forget me. No. Please remember me, you know.
Well, the lovely thing is you've written this album, the songs like that will help people remember those things. I'm afraid we're out of time. You've been great fun. We've loved hearing you play your guitar as well, which you play so beautifully and sing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
I made the record kind of to mark my 50th birthday, really, rather than anything else. Yeah. And also because fans through social media have said, you know, come on, you lazy, whatever, make a new record. So, yeah, so it's been great. It's been really good.
And is it right that when you went to America that they heard your voice and they thought you were a black singer because